So now we can see that Mehua saves 25% more than Suman, but Suman saves 20% less than Mehua. You may get bothered by this statement that how is it possible? And you need to spend some time and just make sure you understand it. The answers are right. So note, in the first case, when we say Mehua saves 25% more than Suman, so here's the case number one. What we're doing is we are assuming that Suman is 100%. So we assume Suman to be 100%. And then clearly each square is 25%, which means Mehua will be at 125%, right? Because it has 5 squares and each square is 25%, so it would be more. In the other case, in which we are thinking of Suman saves 20% less than Mehua, we're thinking of Mehua as being 100%. So if you think of Mehua as 100%, then each small square is only 20%. And since Suman has 4 squares, she is going to be only at 80%. So it really depends on what we consider to be a whole. So if we have a small whole, so this is a small whole because this is just 4 squares, and Mehua has 5 squares. So if we have a small whole, the percentage increase seems more. If we have a big whole, a whole, by a whole I mean a full thing. So if we have a big hole, here's a big hole, it has 5 squares, it's bigger than a hole with 4 squares. So since we have a bigger hole, the percentage less is going to be smaller because we are thinking of it as a fraction of the other. Okay, so if you think about it, hopefully it should all be clear. Now please note, actually we could have changed this question to, we can have Suman saving $400. So let me just start out and say that Suman saves $400. So say Suman saves $400 instead of $4, and Mehua saves $500 instead of $5, right? The entire question stays the same, except now let's say I want to express Mehua savings as a percentage of Sumin savings. So Sumin has to be considered 100. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, $400 are going to be considered 100%, which means $1 will be considered 100 over 400%, and that's exactly what we did earlier. And then we'll say, which is just and then we'll have which is just 1/4%, and then we'll have $500 is going to be equal to 100 over 400 multiplied by 500%, and that answer is going to turn out to be equal to 125%. Please note, so we can say that Mehua saves 20%, 25% more than Suman. When we had $4 and $5, the only difference was we had $4 being equal to 100%. Then we said $1 is equal to 100 over 4%. And then we said $5 was equal to 100 over 4 multiplied by 5. And then we got the same answer, which was 125%. So this whole calculation mimics each other. I just wanted to clarify, and I actually wanted you to see the small squares, and with $1 each square being worth $1. So that's why I took an example with $4 and $5, but you can work out with $400 and $500 this problem. Okay.